What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. Don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the Walking Dead universe, and man, we need this. Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. So for those who don't know, Morgan left Fear the Walking Dead in Season 8, Episode 6, and he's going to look for Rick Grimes. Look for Rick Grimes. Hopefully he finds him, but I saw some awesome fan art. Unfortunately, the Morgan and Rick picture right here, and it sucks that it's fan art. Well, it's good fan art, and photo credit to the person that made it at Basil Galil, or I apologize for saying the name wrong, but it just looks great, and it's something that is going around a lot of different places on social media, and you see it here, but then you see it here with no photo credit or anything on the picture. But Morgan and Rick are connected in the Walking Dead universe, right? They were in the first episode. They really started this whole thing off. Morgan named the zombies walkers, and then Morgan came back because he died. He's a different character in the comics, and we know how that goes. The show is the show and the comic is the comic. But the fact that Morgan says, man, I'm gonna come and look for you, doesn't mean that he's going to find him. He's just gonna go search for Rick. And if it has anything to do with Gimple, Lenny James, Andrew Lincoln, Denai Guerrera, it could happen. But I don't know if it will. I don't know if there's going to be this happy reunion where Morgan comes and saves Rick. I would love to see that, but I'm not going to hold my breath for that to happen. But for those who don't know, Fear the Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 6 is the last episode of Fear the Walking Dead for Morgan Jones. But what does that mean for the character going forward? Will we see him again in other spinoffs? The Rick and Michonne show, The Ones Who Live? Or could Morgan have his own show? You get a spinoff, and you get a spinoff, and you get a spinoff. I don't know. But like I said, let's break down the last sequence of Morgan on the radio. So Morgan buries Grace around Eastman's graves in Georgia. And Morgan's in Georgia, which is pretty cool. And he says in his radio, this message is for Rick Grimes. So they clearly set up the fact that Morgan is trying to connect with Rick, to find Rick. They didn't have to do this at all, but they did. Specifically, he said Rick Grimes. So I'm hoping that he finds Rick. Man, I'm going to come and look for you. So he's going on a journey with Mo. Morgan kind of got his happy ending where he lost his son now and his wife, but now he has a daughter and he's moving on. And whether you're at Alexandria or not, and we know that Rick is not, but the timeline could be that he goes back there. It's all over the place. We'll have to see what actually happens with the Rick and Michonne show, what actually happens with that with more than one season, and what's the ending going to be there. But like I said, Morgan and Mo leave Eastman's place with the graves in Georgia, and then he's going to Virginia, to Alexandria. But the whole thing with the bottle, let's talk about that with Rick. So at the end of Season 11, Episode 24, he puts the message in a bottle and sends out an SOS. No, he just writes this whole big thing, and he doesn't really say specifics in the letter, but he says The Ones Who Live, and that's the title of their show. And he throws the bottle into the Delaware River because he's in New Jersey, across the way from Philadelphia, into the zombie-infested Delaware River. Well, I guess dead zombies. But we don't know what happens with the bottle. And then Rick takes the bag off, throws the bag into the boat, and it's the same boat or ship or whatever you want to call it that Michonne found the boots in the bag and, you know, all that stuff there. It's the same connection there with The Walking Dead. So it was pretty cool to connect things, and Rick has a different CRM jacket. And then we saw the helicopter that some people still think it's Victor Strand. I hope it's not. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see anybody from Fear the Walking Dead besides Morgan on the show, but we'll have to see how it goes down. And the bottle makes sense for Michonne to find. But what if Morgan finds it? I mean, Michonne's going to be in the show, and we know that Rick and Michonne are the main catalysts for their own show. We see Jadis. We'll see a couple other characters from Michonne's last episode. We'll see Major General Beale and a couple other characters for that, of course, from the CRM. But could Morgan find the bottle? For sure. I mean, is Morgan going to be connected with the Rick and Michonne show? I don't think he was seen filming in New Jersey. There was no notion of that. There was no sighting of that. The only person that we did see on set that was supposedly coming by to see and say hello to Rick and Michonne, well, Denai and Andy, was Norman Reedus, who plays Daryl. So we'll see if there's some sort of connection there. But we need this, in my opinion, for Rick and Michonne to have reunions with other characters like Morgan, Daryl, Carol, Judith, and RJ. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Big shout out to my subscribers, my patrons, my moderators, and of course my members. We can't do it without you guys. Thank you guys either way. Stay safe, and as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys.